Hey Thug Mamas! So I actually had some requests for my makeup routine because I posted a picture on Facebook of like what I wake up like in the morning and then once I'm done with my routine. I was reluctant to make a video about my makeup routine because there are so many videos out there on YouTube and tutorials and things like that. But if somebody asked me for it, I'll give you what you want. So I've already prepped my face with this Truth Serum that I just got as a sample from Sephora in their play box, which if nobody's done it, it's awesome because it gives you some really great samples to try to see if you like them before you buy the full version, because as we know, makeup is not cheap. So then I've also actually, then I put the Molly Perfect Prep Neutralizing Primer on after that to kind of just prime my face, which if you're not using a makeup primer, as we're getting older, it's way more important, but I think it's always a good idea. So I put this all over my face and just kind of let it set in before I do any of my makeup. And right now, actually, a really good friend of mine sent me this makeup because cosmetics, and she kind of gave it to me as a sort of a sample and also actually wanted me to make a video too, so here we are. And if you want, I will put the link in the description and you guys can contact her if you like the makeup. I actually really like it. It's very thin and it blends well, and I'm actually in a weird stage right now, so I'm like, my skin tone isn't exactly this light, but so what I do is when I was going tanning a lot, I had this Molly Cosmetics Complexion Perfection Soft Focus Foundation in medium, and so I kind of mix them together so it gives me like my perfect foundation. And actually the color for Because Cosmetics is Light Bisque, so I did that. But before I do that, this girl at Ulta actually told me about, because as we get older, we have this awesome under eye business going on. So she gave me Perfect Prep Under Eye Brightener by Molly as well. I use this every day, and honestly, you need like the smallest amount. So I think I bought this probably almost a year ago, and I don't even think I'm halfway through it. So you literally put like that much on, and you just kind of put it under your eye like that. And you just kind of blend it in. And what I do too is I put it on my lid just to kind of, I have dark lids, so I kind of try to brighten that up as well to try to get rid of that discoloration that I have. Okay, so I've done that. And now I literally put one pump of the darker color, and then I shake this one up, and then I'll put another pump of that, littlest amount you need, and then kind of blend it together on my hand, and then I'll just spread it on my face there. So again, as we get older, we get these wrinkles. I try to not put any foundation here because it just sort of settles. So I just sort of go around that area, and then I take my sponge, and I already wet it before the video started, and just kind of blot it. And I'll go on my eyelids too, because again, the discoloration, I like to get rid of the darkness and blend, you know, obviously you want to blend it together. And obviously I don't skip this part because obviously you have to, but it's kind of one of the last places I do so that any of the foundation that I've picked up, it'll kind of get in there, but it won't be like thick and heavy into it. So I just blot it in. And then, obviously, the Because Cosmetics Under Eye Concealer. And actually, I watched another YouTube video because I know that one of the big things is to do like the triangle under your eye for this. And actually, the makeup artist who did the video, actually, it made a lot of sense because it was like, you do that and then you just have this caked on foundation. He actually said just like do it right here and then you're going to be blending it out so that you don't have that. So I used to do the triangle because I'd watch videos and I was like, oh, I do the triangle like everybody else. But the point of this is not to just have a caked on layer of foundation. You just want it to blend well and brighten up your eyes. So I just do a little bit like this, and then I'll do down my nose, and my little left parentheses. I do a little bit there just to brighten up my forehead. And I use the same one that I used for my face, but if you noticed when I did the darker foundation I sort of used this part, but then when I do my eyes and the concealer I do like this part. So more blotting. So as you can see, I don't really have eyebrows, and it's actually a really fun trait of my family. None of us have eyebrows. We have them. I mean, there's hair there, if you can see, but they sort of go away as we get older and thin out and lighten. So like my grandma and my grandpa don't have eyebrows, so we're like doubly screwed in my family. My mom doesn't have eyebrows either. And she's super tan and lives in Florida, so, they just kind of go away with the sun. And so I have to draw my eyebrows in every day, and I actually feel like I'm not ready if I don't have eyebrows on. Like, I could leave the house with no makeup, but if I don't have eyebrows, I feel naked. But I do love the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade. Woo! Dropped it. And I have mine in medium brown. And I used to think it was too dark, but actually I think it works perfect because I have darker hair. And then I also have the 7B Anastasia brush for putting it on. So basically what I do is, as you can see, I'm running low. But I usually just put it in the cap and then I like blend it out, because otherwise if you put it on like too much on there, you're going to have crazy looking eyebrows. And they're going to be really dark and look fake. So, I just sit there and I start with a line here. See? And then I just kind of make the shape of my eyebrow that I want. See that? Gotta get that arch right, girls. And then you just sort of blend it out. And around the beginning, you want to kind of have it look, like hair. Obviously, you don't want it to just look like you have drawn on eyebrows. And it's definitely an art to do eyebrows, honestly, because I remember there's a girl that I went to school with, to college, and she was a very pretty girl, and at the time, you know, I wasn't very into makeup, so I don't know, like, and I don't even think I drew my eyebrows in at that point, because I used to have blonde hair, so I didn't notice as much that I didn't have eyebrows, but like with darker hair, it's like, if you don't have eyebrows, you look like you're naked. So, this girl I went to college with, she used to draw them on very thin and like super arched. She just looked surprised all the time. And it kind of became a joke. So I'm like, what is she so surprised about? Like, what could have happened every day? She's just like, bam. So, you know, I try not to do that because, you know, and it's actually funny to think about, like, you know, I see all these things on Instagram. Like, if you like makeup pages on Instagram, they'll show you like different trends in eyebrows through the years. And I guess I never really thought about it. I didn't think of eyebrows as a trend. I just thought that, you know, obviously they just frame your face and you need them, and whatever, your face looks weird if you don't have them. But it actually is a trend, because like in the 90s, it was like really thin line. And I mean, if you look back to like Friends and things like that, like Monica's eyebrows were very like just like a line, you know, they weren't more full and like they are these days. And I think actually the eyebrow trend is getting even fuller than I draw them on, but I'm not ready to make that transition. So here we are. So obviously, and actually my friend who does the makeup who sells the Because Cosmetics, she actually owns shops in Wisconsin that does eyebrow, like microblading and eyelashes. She's like the eyelash queen, and my other friend is in business with her, so it's really nice to have friends that do eyelashes and eyebrows as their job. Unfortunately, I would probably live there if I lived closer to them, because, you know, I would be like, give me the works, do it all, because, I mean, they're awesome, but, which I could actually give you the link to them if you want that as well. If you want their eyelashes that they do, the eyelash extensions are amazing. And, I mean, I've seen them they do the permanent makeup tattoos and stuff. They do all of that. So it's actually really awesome, like, to know people who do that. But she's like, you have to look like your eyebrows are sisters, you know, twins if you can make it, but, you know, there's going to be times when they're not going to look so much alike. So I'm always constantly, like, and the problem with me is, so, like, I have the rock eyebrow, like, I can go, you know, like, so I tend to, while I'm getting ready, like, do that, and then they're not spaced right, because I'm like, this one's like, and this one's like normal. So I have to like make sure my face relaxes while I'm doing it, you know. So I don't like that line. See that line right there? Like, you could tell that they're fake. I'm trying to not have you tell that they're fake, even though, I mean, it's probably pretty obvious to people who know about makeup. Okay, does that look like it's like good, or do I need to move it up a little bit? Alright, let's see here. Oh, by the way, so my son told me the other day that I need to get Botox. He's my favorite, you know. Children. And I mean, it's, you know, when they're younger, you're like, oh, he's 4, you know, it's okay. Kids say the darndest things. But at 12, it's not so cute. So I was like, all right, you're out of the world, kid. All right, so next step. Let's see here. I am okay, so this is my everyday look. Like, I have obviously a gajillion palettes, like every makeup addict does. And actually for Christmas, I bought my friends these Buxom palettes, which I've never used Buxom. I think I have some lip glosses from them, but I never used them. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna give them a shot. I am in love. Like, I will get every palette from them because their makeup just blends so well, and it's just these really complementary colors. So this one is Suede Seduction Eyeshadow Palette. And it's been loved, so you see, like, it's loved. So the colors I use are Invite Only. So it'll be like that, like, orangish. And you know what's so funny is when you look at these, you're like, orange. But when it goes on your face, it does not look orange. So it's like a nice blendable color. And then the other one I use is Social Scene. I think that's right. Yeah. Social Scene, which actually on here, it doesn't look like the color that's in here. Because this is the color I use all the time. That one, and obviously the one you could see the pan, that one. So I get my blending brush out. And these are not special brushes. Like, I didn't get Morphe brushes or whatever. They're just, I love these brushes though. So I just put it on there, and actually it blends really well, so you don't have to put a lot on the brush, and I tap it out. And then I start in the outer corner. And obviously when you start at the outer corner, that's where it's going to kind of settle the most. So you want your outer corners to have the more shadow, because that's, you know, how it kind of, and then you just kind of work your way to the corner of your eye. But if you settle here, this is going to be the darkest part, and you don't want that. So you start here and blend towards your nose and just kind of. And the great thing about eyeshadows, and especially these, are like, they're really complementary to layering. So like, I start off with it very like one swipe, and then I'll go to the other eye. And I don't know what it is about putting on makeup, but it just always seems like it goes on better when you have your mouth open. Like, why? It's the same difference. Like, your eye does not have anything to do with your mouth, really, but, you know. So now I'll go back and I'll do another swipe through. And see how when you look in my eye, the corner is darker and then it goes to lighter. So it's just about blending it, and you just want your outer corners to kind of hold the excess, and then you'll work your way toward your nose. Okay, so that is layer one. And then I go to my angled blending brush. I don't know if you can see it's angled, but it is. And then I'll put on that other color. And then I'll, again, start at the corner and work my way towards my nose. Okay, that one I don't usually put on a second layer because I feel like it's darker enough. So I use this blending brush, and I use Hot or Yacht out of my Buxom palette again. And I put this toilet paper underneath my eye to blend it out and to just put like a nice soft line on my eye. So I'll go up to the line. I kind of blended it out, and I just sort of line my eyes with it. Oh my god, you're being a dork. My husband is crawling on the floor. You can't see him, but he's crawling, so he's not in my video. Goofy. And my dog. MJ, where are you? MJ! Do you want to be in my video? Come here. Come here. Come here, goof. My little chihuahua. MJ. Say hello, MJ. He's my little lovey. He's my lovey. Yeah, he's like my little protector dog. So now I go back with the other eye and blend it. I go all the way to the corner, and it just kind of gives a nice line. I don't like it to be harsh. It could be really kind of like almost like messy. You know, you don't have to be like, you just gotta be like, just so that it kind of makes a nice liner for your face. And then I'll go through and I'll do it on the bottom line as well. So my biggest part of makeup is blend, blend, blend. And it just kind of makes it look so much better. Like these harsh lines that people come out with, just, I mean, it just depends on the occasion, I guess. Because, I mean, for every day, you don't really want like harsh lines. You just want it to kind of blend and look soft and not make you look like. So I go back with this little tiny little blendy brush back to my buxom. I swear I love it so much. Back to invite only, and I'll use it as a blending color to blend out that line I just did on my under eye. And you want to go all the way from the corner of your eye to where you started and just kind of blend it out. Bam! So my eyes are starting to pop. Now, the least favorite part of my getting ready is the dreaded eyelash curler. You can put your buxom away, it's done now. So I have really crappy eyelashes, like they're blonde and they're thin and they're just not fun, which is why when you have friends that work in eyelashes, it's awesome. But again, if I lived down the street, I would be there every day, but I don't. So I cannot go and see them as much as I would like to. But whenever I do, they hook it up. So again, I will put the link down into the description. And if you're in the Madison, Wisconsin area, you can go check them out and they will hook you up. So they will give you eyelashes, microblading, permanent tattoo or permanent makeup. You'll be good to go. So curl your eyelashes. I literally hate this so much. Like, it pinches my eyelashes, obviously. It pinches my skin. And it doesn't really do anything because I wear fake eyelashes every day anyway. So again, I'll go through, favorite product. Tattoo liner, Kat Von D, is a must. You have to wear it. It's amazing. Trooper Black. It's like a staple in my house. Go through and line your eye with a very thin line, just literally lining the top of your lid. So all I'm doing is putting my mascara on after I did that eye. And I'm kind of weird because I just do one eye first. Like, I don't line them both and then put mascara on. I don't know why. I'm weird. So I'm trying to do this and look at you. But I'm just putting mascara on. So, I mean, if you don't know how to put mascara on, we're in the wrong video. Just brushing it on, rolling up. I've never really mastered the art of mascara, I don't think, honestly, because I don't know if it's because I have crappy eyelashes or I don't know how to put on mascara. But as you're seeing, like, my eye is looking very done right now. Like, we're in a good place. So I have to do my under eyelashes. I know some people don't. I have to, again, because they're blonde. So otherwise, if I have like a banging upper eye and then like a under eye, it's like, that looks weird to me. I don't know why. because I feel like it looks incomplete. So here we go. There's one eye. Bam. But there's still gonna be more. Let's just work with me here. Curl, 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 curl. I kind of just do this just because I feel like it's bending. I don't even know if it's doing anything, quite honestly, but it makes me feel better. So I'll just line this eye. How people do this without pulling their eye, because I watch a lot of makeup tutorials, and I don't get how they do it without like pulling their eye, maybe because they're all younger in their 20s and they can do that. So eye number 2, mascara it up. So I don't know if so yesterday I went to the Justin Timberlake concert, and it was a very last minute decision, but we had the best time. And he puts on an amazing show, and he just seems like such a nice guy. Like, he had this really winding stage, and again, see, mouth open. But see, that's a thing for mascara. I don't know what it is. I guess it opens your eyes more. So, I mean, I guess it's justified. You're doing your eye makeup to open your mouth. I don't know how you do it without it, honestly. So anyway, he would like go around his stage, and he would like pick up people's phones and like take a selfie of him. He was so awesome. He's just such a good, cool guy. I think he seems super nice. Okay, so I have to wear eyelashes because, you know, my eyes suck. And I love these Ardell Soft Touch lashes. I usually kind of go between the 156 and the 161. The 161 is like a lot more natural looking, so I just do that for my everyday. The 156 is still natural, but it's a little bit more thicker, you know, a little bit more full. And so normally what I do, and maybe I'm gonna get flack for this, is I wear my eyelashes for like a week and then I change them out. I take the glue off every day. But yeah, I don't know if that's good or not, but I do it, so whatever. So the 161s, I probably was due to change them out, but last night when I got home from the Justin Timberlake concert, I pulled them off, and like half of the end came off, and I'm like, okay, time to switch these out. So I already know how my eyes are, but what you need to do is when you're first putting on fake lashes, and I also want to preface this by saying I was horrible at putting on fake lashes. Horrible. First of all, when I first did it, I went to Vegas with my friend, and I thought you put it on first, because I'm dumb, and didn't put your makeup on first. So I was like, how do you put these on, and then you have all this other stuff? Yeah, I was not thinking. And I don't think YouTube was really like a thing then. If it was, it wasn't like as big as it is now. So I didn't know to watch videos. So basically you take your lash, and then you take your scissors. And for me, I have to cut off like this section so that it kind of fits my eye. But you just measure your eye. And there's a million types of glue out there. I prefer the Duo like brush like this. Because you unscrew this, and then there's like a little like nail polish brush on there, and so it makes it way easier, because a lot of them have like a tube, and then it's horrible. So I just brush it on, brush it on, and you don't want it to be like super thick, but I will say that when I first put them on, the new set, I sometimes have to reapply because they're not set to like the shape of my eye and how I like to put them on. So a trick I learned is I'll grab each end of the eyelash, right? And I'll go behind my head, or like, not behind my head, what am I talking about? I'll go on either side of my eye and place it down. Some people are really good about just doing like, bloop. I am not one of those people. So what I do is I'll come through and I'll put it in the right spot. And sometimes, which I don't need right now because it seems to be cooperating. See? Boop. Sometimes I use the end of my tweezers to kind of like push it down so that it gets right down to the lash line and doesn't have like a gap. So right now though, like, sorry I'm not in the screen. I actually am trying to get my eyelash to be perfect. Eyelash done. So it cooperated today, but sometimes it's, you know, a little feisty and does not cooperate. So I do the same for the other eye. And sometimes, you know, there's glue that attaches it to this, and I just kind of come through and take it off because I don't want that on my eyeball. I don't obviously pay as much attention to the one in this corner because I'm going to cut it off. So I just go through, I cut it off, and throw it away. Sometimes it doesn't work out because you get the glue stuck to your nail and then it sticks to that. Fun times. So I got this as a sample. It is Beauty for Real, just black eyeliner. But this I use to put under my eyelid, you know, to tightline, or my to tightline it. So I am just brushing it along my lash line on the upper lid. It just kind of, for me, with wearing fake eyelashes every day, it just makes it look so much more like your real lashes because you don't have that like white and then it kind of shows the line. So I don't know if you could see, but it makes a huge difference to me. Like, I don't even know if you could see a difference between this eye and this eye, but I do. So my eyes are done. And actually, as you'll know, most of the time, most of you who do makeup on a daily, your eyes are what takes the longest time. So, along with my concealer and foundation, my friend sent me this contour kit from Because Cosmetics. So, it's very similar to the one from Lorac, which is really funny because I always want to call it Lorax because of the Dr. Seuss movie, but it's Lorac. And I will come through and I use, hold on, sorry, my brushes are in a different place now because I had to put the camera there. I will use an angled brush and I will put, I usually use like this medium color and then I'll do this one too because again, like everybody has different, so obviously, okay, when you're doing cosmetics, your skin usually will either be like a yellow tone or a pink tone. And it's obviously important if you know what tone you are. I'm more yellow. So I usually will kind of go more towards that color. But I sometimes use the other one too, just as kind of another layer. So I really focus on my under eyes because it fills in any gaps that you might have had. So I'll go through here, go through my nose. Fun laugh lines. Okay. So now this is every makeup person's bread and butter. See anyone on any tutorials, any celebrity, they will have on like the Kardashians, and not everyone loves them, but they are beautiful girls. So I use the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. So this basically will just set your makeup so that it will kind of be where it needs to be all day. So what I do, so you just, it's, you know, it's a little tap out thing. I like get one of these little sponges and I will go under eye and just pat it in. Again, this fills in any spots that your foundation and stuff didn't get to. And you just kind of stack it in there. But this is a staple. You have to do this because It just makes everything so much cleaner, so much more finished looking. And honestly, if you see any tutorials, you will see this being used. Probably not the same way I do, because again, they're 20 and not as, you know. I got all my powder ready to go. And, oh, this is my Hoola Benefit bronzer. I use it as my contour. I do use the other one from Because, but I'm almost at the end of this one, so I'm just kind of using it till it's gone. But I just use one of these flat blending brushes. Just kind of go in between where you did the powder. I go temple and down. And then I have one more brush. I don't even know, it's like an angled little blendy brush for your eyes. I use this for putting the contour on my nose because I like the tip of it, and it made things really easy to do. So I look like I have war paint on, but it'll all get blended, don't worry. So I use these really cool blending brushes and just kind of contouring is fun. And actually, it's so funny because, you know, makeup is, like I was saying before, makeup is like, it has different trends. So, and again, when I was younger, I wasn't as into makeup as I am now. Like I literally wore the same little CoverGirl makeup palette, if you could even call it that, for probably close to 10 years. And then all of a sudden one day I just was like, I think somebody got me the Naked palette from Urban Decay, and I was like hooked. And then I started to kind of learn about different colors and different techniques and stuff like that. So I just get a brush and kind of pat out all that excess setting powder. I do need to still blend more because I can see like a little spot here where it's kind of settling in and not blending so nicely. But yeah, blend, 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 blend. Blending is key because you don't want to look like just drag queens. Not that there's anything wrong with drag queens. I love them. I love me a drag queen. But you know what I'm saying. That's not your everyday look. Club girl, fine. So I actually have these sponge pads that, like, if you see some of the excess on your nose or under your eye, I just kind of, again, go through and pat it in. And almost done, I promise. So I got this from a sample. Actually, I think my friend gave it to me from one of her boxes she gets, the makeup boxes. I think it's called Reeler. It's a blush kit. But really, any blush will work. Especially, you know, I have to wear blush because I just look dead if I don't. So I get one a blush brush, and I just kind of, and you start right here, and then you just kind of, and I don't want you to have like, and then like just a little bit. It's like you just kind of like boop, and then like blend it out so that you're looking naturally just like perky and happy and sunny and not dead like me. So I just kind of give it a little swirl around other places, tip of your nose, things like that. Now comes the highlighter. And I know a lot of girls who like go crazy with the highlighter. And believe me, I like a little glow. I like it. I like a little bit of blam. I love my angled brushes. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit Sun Dipped. So I've used a lot of them. The only one I haven't used is bronzed. See, they've been well loved, down to pan. Gonna need a new one soon. But basically, again, like for me, I usually use the tourmaline. I think that's what it's called. So I use that one because, but if I'm wearing gold tones, I'll go with the summer. But yeah, so any of these three, the bronze to me was just too dark, so I didn't ever use it because see, it's not well loved. But yeah, I just kind of pat it on the angle, and then I'll go through here and just kind of, now I have that nice highlight. Again, you can go crazy with the highlighter. I choose not to. I go down my nose though, because you know, I go on my lips. And then I go in those corners right there. And then one last step, I'm almost done. And I get a little brush like this. And I kind of put the same bronzer, or I'm sorry, the same highlighter. And I put it in the corner of my eyes for that nice pop, to make your eyes look really wide awake, which I need today because I did not get home until 3 o'clock in the morning or 3:30 in the morning. So not doing too bad. So here is the finished product, how to go from blah to Blakow. So here we are, finished product. Hopefully everyone thinks that I don't look crazy and like what they saw. If you do like it, please hit the subscribe. Please put a thumbs up. And until next time, and if you guys have any requests, anything you want to see, just let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to do it. Thanks.